Peace. It's the one and only Calvin Kosher with the Chosen Vegan, and I'm with my bro G Maniac with BlessThaBelly, and we're about to bless the belly the vegan way.
Ready, we eating good over here. It's time to bless the belly.
Avocado oil is always better when you're frying. We not using no canola oil. We ain't using none of them crazy vegetable oils other than avocado oil. It does well with heat. We're not using olive oil to fry anything. That's gonna be better for when you mixing salads and stuff like that. But if we gonna fry, use avocado oil. I look at people, man, doing their thing, trying to do this. So we got chickpea elbows. This is a pasta made out of chickpeas. All right. And of course, we got our organic spelt flour. This is what we're gonna be using for our wet and dry batter so that we can fry with. You never want to use white flour. We ain't playing with bleached white flour. That ain't gonna do nothing but cause inflammation in your body. So we want to stick with organic spelt flour. And there are other flours you can use too, but I'm familiar with this one, so we're gonna fry with this one today. And of course, we're gonna do some pasta. We're gonna turn these maitake mushrooms, which are also called hen of the woods. We're gonna turn that into a fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? Aww. And we're gonna have a burger, and we also gonna do a pasta with some fried chicken.
Since you are allowed to, you probably grew up eating meat, all that type of stuff. Now, out of nowhere, you like vegan. Why? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Well, when people reference the Bible regarding eating meat, yes, in the biblical text, there are certain things that you are allowed to eat and are not allowed to eat. For example, with kosher foods, right? There are certain foods that are permissible to consume by the Most High, and there's certain things that are not. For example, pork. If you read the Bible or the Quran, you are not supposed to consume swine flesh. You're not even supposed to touch it at all. But to answer your question, man, the reason that I'm choosing vegan, the vegetable life, and the frugivorean lifestyle is because our bodies are not actually designed to process animal tissue. Biblically, yeah, it became it became certain foods that you are allowed to consume, but our bodies are not meant to process it. So if you read the Bible, you'll also see in there where people were not allowed to consume animal tissue that still had blood in it because the life is in the blood. And the same thing with your blood. If your blood is unclean, then you're going to have a problem, right? So when we're consuming blood, like our body has to process that and break that down. We're not supposed to be consuming that. But if you do decide to eat it and you're referencing the biblical text, like all of the blood had to be removed. So, for example, what Muslims eat and what the Jewish people eat, they can just about eat the same thing because religiously it's permissible. So it has to be prepared a certain kind of way. But when you come to the conscious understanding from reading the Bible, where it tells you in there that fruit is for meat and the herbs are for the healing of the nations, then you'll begin to understand that, okay, the health risks that we're facing, all that began to be ushered in once we started to consume animal tissue and abuse it. And the way the world is today, bro, you gotta understand, it's not the same back in quote unquote the Jesus days or the biblical times. All of your chicken and your beef and whatever other meat you're eating, this stuff is packed with a lot of poisons and chemicals and you name it. Like it's not natural. So even the fish, right? Like the lakes and the rivers and the oceans polluted. So you got to understand it from that aspect and think conscious when you're eating. Why am I eating? You want to eat to live. We're not living to eat. So eating, it sustains life. And when you're putting something in your body, what are you trying to extract from it? That's how you got to think when you're eating, because we just impacted so heavily, especially in this country when it comes to food. And that's why we have, you know, a lot of problems: diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure. All that matters. So we have to eat consciously and make those corrections so that we can correct what our gut, the microbiome in our gut is wanting to crave. We have to correct that. So that's what this is about, man. So this is our organic spelt flour. That's what we're gonna use for our dry batter and also our wet batter. So we're gonna add some seasoning to our batter, right? This is gonna be the wet batter. Got some onion powder there. That's for flavor, right? So of course we can use like coconut milk. We don't want to use any dairy. It adds a flavor, you know. Not everybody uses coconut aminos, but it's a good way to flavor your stuff. Or you can use vegan Worcestershire sauce as well. So you can put a little bit of that into our batter. Just to work with. Mix this up.
Yeah. Because people gonna be like, mushrooms, you gotta show them that bit look
Most
good.
definitely. They want to see this process. This wet batter. You know what I'm saying? When I spelt flour. We do got it. We'll get them in there. Just want to soak them in the wet batter that's been seasoned up. You know what I'm saying? Get a nice coat on them. You can, of course, marinate these for as long as you want. So we'll let these sit for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And let's get this one too. Let's put that in there. Let's coat that up. And we do have it fixed, so this is gonna stick. You know what I mean? You can use this to fry all kind of stuff. Onion rings and you name it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get our chickpea pasta. We're gonna come on in here with it. Nice simple. Get that water boiling. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Don't let them do the damn thing. Trumpet mushrooms here. You can do this however you want it, but we're gonna use it to fry. Make maybe some little bacon strips or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's always more than one way to achieve what you're trying to do. It's about being creative. You know what I'm saying? It's about being creative, man. That's the beauty of cooking. But you gotta enjoy this. And then for people who don't enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we got our chickpea pasta ready. Let's go ahead and do our coconut milk or hemp milk if that's what you're gonna do. It's like any other pasta, right? And then of course we doing cheesy because we know Americans love cheese. So this is nutritional yeast. It's a choice if you want to do nutritional yeast. Some people like to use make cashew cheese. But it's an art form. It's up to you of how you want to do it. And then, of course, let's do a little smoked paprika for a little flavoring in there as well. It's up to you of how you want to do it to have your own profile. Dry batter. Because, of course, you got to be able to coat what's going to be our chicken. So this ain't hard. Just like how we fried chicken. G, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Alright. Fried chicken up. Another minute. That's what Callie say. And another one. We coming with another one. Come on, man. How that smell, G?
All right, y'all, here we have it. The fried mushrooms. Can y'all see that in there? What type of mushrooms are these again?
These are Hand of the Woods. So that's maitake.
Maitake.
Incredible chicken replacement.
Y'all see that? See, it's a chicken replacement. Look at the chicken replacement, y'all.
Got some spinach in here.
That's why I don't think I ever just dived into the mushroom.
Come on, man. Let me see. Let me get with it. Add my fried chicken on there. You know what I'm saying? Got some bacon bits.
You chop them up?
Yeah, just chopped it up. So just fried the oyster mushrooms down. Not oyster, the Hand of the Woods mushrooms down. Get them real crispy. And you can do whatever flavor profile that you want.
So why do you call them what they aren't though? Like when people say, here's my vegan shrimp, but it's not shrimp. Here's my bacon bits, but it's not bacon.
Right. So when it comes to food, we associate different foods as our favorites, right? So if you love chicken, if you grew up all your life eating chicken and eating fried shrimp, well, the gut microbiome and our gut period, which is our first brain, it's telling us that that's what we want because those are our favorite foods. So if we're gonna eat better, when we think about eating vegan and eating clean, historically it's like, oh, you ain't got no flavor and you ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's not what we want to do. We want to replace our favorite dishes with better foods using plants. So fruits and vegetables and roots, like we want to replace. So it's easier to get somebody to try vegan food or plant-based food by saying, okay, here go your chicken sandwich, here go your chicken burger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Here goes your steak made out of lion's mane. And you know we had to do it.
Come on, dig in there.
So as you see, come on man, look at that. Let me see.
Dig in there.
Can y'all see that? I don't know if
Dig
y'all can
in
see
there.
that. Come on man, we got it.
Listen, you gotta eat good. Health is wealth, man. Bless the belly. All we working on is healthy habits, man. Healthy habits for our lifestyle. Healthy habits for our mental, man. You gotta put good things in your body. They say you are what you eat. So I have a lot of vegan friends. I have a lot of friends that do the other side, you know, that eat as well. But we just trying to balance it out, man. Life is all about balance. And I mean, I'm about flavor. Like you said, that flavor. You can add the sauces on top of your stuff. I'm sure that's a sugar-free or vegan sauce.
Yes, sir.
That's the black guy sauce, right? Is that the black guy?
It's a different black-owned company, but
okay.
I make my own sauces, and I might use. I always support your own.
Right. What's his name? Because I just seen the bottle. I forgot bro name. It's a popular brand.
Oh no, you talking about a different brand? Like you got Stubbs and. But I'm gonna show you something that you should be using. This is one. So Primal Kitchen, unsweetened classic barbecue sauce, no artificial sweetness. This is one good brand. You know.
They say, how can you know the brands are telling the truth though? There's so many different brands that say non-GMO or plant-based, but that don't mean it's healthy, bro.
Man, it's only so much that you are gonna be able to know, but read your labels. See what's in it. Like these brands are supposed to be required to tell you what's in it. You can only do what you can do in the time we living in, man. We want to eat consciously. We want to think about what it is that our bodies are going through and whatever it is that we need to work on.
Right.
If it's obesity, you know, you need to put food down and you need to start
exercise.
You need to detox, and you need to detox your gut, and you got to start juicing. You got to start replenishing and actually feeding the cells, man. You got to start eating fruit. Get your water from eating fruits.
H3O.
No, that's right. H3O2, man. Like you gotta really dig in and understand what's going on with your body, and recognize that you're chosen. You're the one who's responsible for you, and your family gonna see it and they gonna follow suit because you can save somebody's life. If your family got a history of cancer, diabetes, whatever it is, man. A lot of time your elders, they don't know nothing about no spelt flour.
Well, even if they do, I've seen a lot of times people don't want to change, bro. That's the hardest part. I mean, all this stuff is out here. People know that. They're not blind to knowing where it's at. Are they going to go get it? Are they going to use it?
Right.
If my thing is if my favorite food is fried chicken, I don't know if I'm gonna go get some fried mushroom just off the strength. Now I can balance it and do that, you know. And I'm not saying just me personally, but the average consumer. Right. People want to know, dang, okay, how do you make this, you know, or where grocery store has this flour? Does every grocery store, you know? So I think it's just harder for people to have that change from what they used to. They used to something their whole life or for a long time, but after 18, you grown. And it's like, you've been eating it since then, you know, it's kind of hard.
Well, you made a point by saying they have to want to do it. And that's the honest truth. Conscious eating is important. Next time you meet somebody who either has cancer or has beat cancer, you ask them what they eat compared to what they used to eat.
Right, fruits and vegetables and stuff, correct?
It's going to be completely different because your gut is your first brain. The brain
That's a lifestyle change. Right, correct. I'm sorry to cut you off. You said good.
Because the point is, some people, a lot of people, most people wait until you absolutely have no choice but to switch to
which is the cancers and stuff though, which is an illness. When
exactly.
you get an illness, it's like, oh. And then some people still then, it's like, man, so what? But at this point, right? But then it's like, yeah, when you're forced to switch it up, man, shoot. Because, you know, you can have diabetes, and a lot of people with diabetes still eat like crazy. They just take their vitamin or their pills or whatever, and they go about their day.
A couple of reasons. One, they're not very educated on what else is out there for them to do. Two, they have a fear that if they don't eat the way that they were taught growing up, which the way that they were taught growing up must be the healthy way. If they don't do that and they don't take the pharmaceuticals, the medications that their doctors are prescribing to them, they have this fear that they're going to die anyway. So, for example, your grandparents and your great-grandparents who have cabinets and dressers and boxes full of different medications that they take for each and every thing, they stuck in their ways, and based on their age, they're going to be less likely to back off of the pharmaceuticals and try the herbal medications.
What I've learned about people though, and like consumers, is life is almost catered to the fast route, the fast life. Fast food. You work 9 to 5, you get off work, you don't have time to cook. Now if you got kids and stuff, of course you want to stretch the palate, things like that nature, but then people go to 2-3 different fast food spots, boom, that's it. Go home, go to sleep, and the cycle continues. Well, same thing, at a certain age, when the pharmaceuticals create these medicines and stuff for you, people look at it as like, okay, 1 pill a day, I can do whatever I want to. Instead of not eating chicken for the rest of my life, and I love chicken, you mean to tell me all I gotta do is take this 1 pill for the rest of my life? All right, every day, because I want chicken. Compared to like, well, can't eat chicken, you know what I mean? Right. At a certain age, 60 plus, that's what they doing. All my uncles and aunties, that's what they doing.
Well, that's what they think they're doing, but you understand that the medications are addictive, and it's destroying their health, it's destroying their system, and it makes their systems become reliant on those medications. They have to be consciously willing to say, you know what, I'm gonna give you a prime example. One of my grandparents, her doctor suggested that she lay off the meat for a while. She said, well, my doctor told me that I stopped eating the meat just for a while, and it made me feel better. I lost a little weight. So one of our issues that we have is a lot of people feel that if their doctor doesn't tell them to do it, because they don't really understand how the pharmaceutical industry works and how they profit off of our sickness, they think that if their doctor doesn't tell them to do it, they can't do it, or else they're going to hurt themselves, when that is far from the truth. And secondly, there are certain medications that people take that don't allow you to eat green vegetables.
Right.
Because of the reactions that it will have to medication. That ain't natural. Right. That's not what the Creator designed for us.
Right.
This system is not designed to heal us. It's designed to maintain us and keep bringing money into a particular industry. So you have to be conscious. You have to get to a point where you're consciously saying, I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of having the pains. I'm tired of the inflammation. I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of the cancer, which all of these things is just your body letting you know that, like, look, I'm in an acidic state and I need you to change some stuff up so that we can be healthy again.
Your body gonna tell you a lot. Your body talks to you, man. And the older you get, I mean, you ain't a kid no more. So your body is literally gonna scream at you at a certain point. And so I feel like that's what we are today, man. I'm trying to stay in that gym. I take my vitamins every day. Shout out to Jinka. I make sure I do like some turmeric or some type of all that, you know, blend it together. And man, I feel better. I can lay off some of the meat. Now, I realized what a good friend of mine told me. He was like, bro, you realize we don't let a day go by without eating meat? Like, since that's our filler, he was like, so your body just full of hormones, meat and all that. You be like, dang, low key. And so I want to challenge myself one day, maybe a 7-day fast or challenge or whatever you want to say, no meat, and just see how I feel. Because I do meatless Monday. Right. So on Mondays, I try to do no meat. But that ain't enough, you know. It's like a good start of the week, but then I go right back to it. Taco Tuesday, Wing Wednesday, it's going up.
I got you.
And
this is what you do. This is what you do. First of all, the first step, you got it. The will to want to do it. That's number one. Second, cleanse your gut. Do a detox. Pick a day. Just say, Saturday, I'm going to cleanse my gut. There's several holistic companies and brands who have detox drinks that you can take. You're gonna go to the restroom because you need to relieve your colon of all of that junk that you've been eating that's packing up in your gut. For a lot of people, you got stuff that's been sitting there for years.
You can do a detox weekly, or is that dangerous, or is it like monthly, or
that's up to you.
It doesn't hurt.
You should do one every month if you eat a lot, especially you eat a lot of junk and a lot of meat, a lot of red meat and chicken and stuff. You want to do some kind of detox.
What's a detox? What's an example? You buy it in a bottle, or you mix vegetables.
Right. You got some people who
green juice.
You got some people that have detox drinks that are made from different herbs, okay, that they prepare, and these particular herbs, they remove toxins from the body. For example, you can do every morning when you wake up, your body is in a natural detoxification state, so you need to be having hot water squeezed with key lime in it. You can do sea moss. That's going to help you detox as well. In the morning, your body needs to flush out those toxins right before you start adding food on. You need to change up the way you're eating. So you ask, like, how do you like start that? My recommendation is pick a day where you say, you know what, on this day, it's going to be a detox day. I'm going to do some kind of detox drink or something from one of these brands that I trust, these herbalists, whoever. Somebody has what you're looking for. Or if you want to take it to an extreme, you got the duck flower. You're going to hurt real bad because that duck flower is going to pull everything from every angle that you got. You're going to be in that restroom, but it's going to relieve you of the junk that's in your body. But you got to do a detox because you have to cleanse your gut. Once you cleanse your gut, then you can start slowly but surely replenishing and revitalizing the cells with your fruits, your vegetables, you know, and then you got your wild rice and your quinoa and chickpeas and stuff like that you'll be able to start bringing those nutrients back in. Because if you don't cleanse the gut, the bacteria, the bad bacteria that's in your gut is going to continue to crave everything that you don't need and don't want. But when you cleanse the gut, people will tell you, man, I felt like a new creature. Like, man, I felt like I could just start over right then and there. And then what you want to mentally do is say, okay, I'm not going to get the chicken sandwich. Let me do a smoothie real quick. And then when I'm ready to eat something solid, I'm going to go to the vegan restaurant and have some mushroom dishes. It's so much out there, man. For example, in Houston, my favorite restaurant, Mo Better Brews. I love Mo Better Brews. There's a whole lot of options you can go and have
Mo
there.
Better Brews is good.
And people who are not vegan, you don't have to be vegan to go and eat vegan. You don't have to be vegan to eat plant-based.
What's your favorite vegan food in the world?
Fruit.
Okay. What's your favorite fruit?
Vegan. My favorite fruit is called the loquat. I grew up with this tree in Houston. We call it Chinese plum. So you can see those little yellow plums on the trees around here. I grew up with one of those in my yard. That's just one of my favorite fruits. But aside from that, love seeded watermelon. That is one of the most incredible fruits.
It's hard to find seeded watermelon now.
Well, you got to make sure you go. So Fiesta always has them. because they source their stuff from Mexico, and Mexico they just have that climate where they can produce watermelons just about year round. HEB has them too, and Kroger's has them too, but it just depends on where they're getting them from. So I love seeded watermelon. The soursop is one of my favorite fruits now. I think you've seen.
I like soursop.
Recently. I love the soursop. It tastes good, man. It's very healthy for you. It's a cancer-fighting fruit.
So be on that right now. Soursop.
Most definitely, man. There's an array of fruits that I love, but those are like my top 3, and that's just what it's about, y'all.
Man, listen, bro.
BlessThaBelly.
We gotta eat good. We can talk about this all night. We need y'all to tap in for sure, because health is wealth. We trying to continue these healthy habits, man. Pick you up a healthy habit along the way, for real. Whatever it is, grab it and go, because at least 1% every day you can get better. And whether it's switching to vegan, whether it's going vegan for a day, me, I'm like secondhand vegan. I'm gonna eat good, and we gonna do it on the back end. But real talk though, y'all, let's take care of ourselves, take care of our bodies. My boy going in on the dish he just made. Appreciate you for the mushrooms, man.
Come on, man.
We blessing the belly, bro.
We blessing the belly. Support y'all in your city. If you in Houston, check out Mo Better Brews. Check out the Vegan Vibe. Check out Soul Food Vegan.
Don't forget Sunshine.
Don't forget Sunshine
CMOS.
Show. And understand something about Sunshines, because we talking about the different vegan foods, right? When you go to Sunshine, you're gonna get more raw vegan food, which most of the food has not been cooked or set a flame to the fire. You're not gonna go in there and get a bunch of fried foods. You can get you some fried foods from Soul Food Vegan when you want that to please that palate. Like I want some fried food and I don't want to do the chicken. Let me go to Soul Food Vegan, because I know they're gonna do that soul food, which is what we having right now, right? But if you're saying, you know what, I just want to eat that live food, my vegetables, let me go to Sunshines. It's still good, but it's just a different way of treating your body. So support your own in the city, man. Shout out to Dr. Yaki Awaken. If you're not following that page on IG, tap in, because you're gonna learn so much. Shout out to I Am Surviving Vegan. Tap in, you're gonna learn so much. Badass Vegan, man. There's so many different pages full of information that you can tap into in order to learn, to know, okay, what's my next step? Shout out to Dr. Sabi's family, who are still out here doing work, man. It's my eye, and I mean, there's so many different names that we
There's
can
so
call.
many different people. Y'all just gotta look in your local area and on the internet. The internet gonna have it all. Type in vegan, hashtag vegan, have a way. You know what I'm saying? But pay attention though, bro. Read your labels and continue to do that. Maybe it's a lifestyle. Remember that.
Guys, too, man. BlessThaBelly. You follow the chosen vegan, and let's do this, man.
Yeah.